welcome back. How are we doing? So we have patch notes update. Nothing crazy this week, but we did get some changes to the north, some changes to the south, new additions to the arsenal update as well. So let's crack into that and go take a look at it. So what we're looking at here, let's get that zoomed in a little bit so we can actually see what we're looking at. So 2 new weapons were added to the arsenal, which is the wave and the rune. The rune is going to, you're going to see a lot more of the people running the rune. With that being said, what we're actually looking at here is it is a quest weapon. It is a fairly extensive quest line that is pretty much in Layubek from what I understand primarily. I think we'll start seeing a lot of people running it. It is a super neat looking gun, super pretty. I think what I've heard is it ends at 54 or 55 units of damage once fully leveled to 15 plus the arsenal. So that's going to be massive. Added more stability. Positioning now is maintained while running with the detectors. So when you have your actual device out, whether you're running the Elbrus or the Buriat, now when you're running with it, it should be a little more stable and a lot nicer to look at. We now have a experimental plate that is added to Clan Wars. It is only in Clan Wars. You will not see it anywhere else in the game but Clan Wars. But it is a 150% armor with 100% damage absorption. So that'll actually be kind of nice to see running that on top of, like, say, a poly, just for the little bit more extra protection against snipers too. But I'll be curious to see how that actually performs in Clan Wars. The next one is looting changes. This is where I'm a little hesitant on why they made the changes they did. So the economics department collected looting analytics and made the edits to ensure that the overall value and rarity of the items lying in the decoration tend towards the planned figures. We want to ensure that all players progress through the game. They can find more and more valuable items at the point where looting mechanic does not disappear. Analytics show that the amount of southern locations, the total value of loot, was sometimes higher than in some northern locations. Moreover, in some northern locations with increased player deaths, the loot was insignificant. To justify the difficulty of raids on these locations and view the data obtained, we performed the following changes. Essentially meaning that people that were actually looting in the north and dying wasn't really worth killing them for what they had on them. So, the swamps, factory, the pit, the forest, the graveyard, the dead city, the path fools, and Poloskavai, whatever that name is, I don't even know what that one is, reduce the total cost of items that can be spawned in an object. So, completing a camp, or I don't even think it's camp, I think it's more just animal-wise. A lot of that has been reduced now. And now in Forge, Layubek, and Stillwaters, they increase the total cost of items that can be spawned in an object. So, I'll be curious if it actually translates to just camps, or if it's just animals, or if it's just random crates. But essentially, running out in the north, you'll find a lot more people actually farming, which, don't get me wrong, I like that for the north. I'm in the north. Once you hit that halfway point in the game, you're spending all of your time in the north. So being in the north is a lot nicer now that we have some more looting objects to go for by all means. So it's pretty nice to see that. It makes me sad that they reduced it in the southern zone. That is where all of your new players are coming in at. So when you are reducing what new players are getting, you are hurting yourself essentially, because they're not going to have as much fun. In my eyes, you don't want to hurt your newcomers. Yes, bump up the end game stuff for your veterans and your people that are keeping your game alive, but bringing in new people and hurting them isn't going to make anything better for them. With that being said, moving on from there, other changes. Change the relay station module daily quest from the announcement board. From now on, modules dropped from Zykov spots as well. So now it's not just farming the opposite of faction. You can get them from just the Zykovs as well, which is a super big change. Should have had it a long time ago, but I'm glad to see it's here now. Fix the lack of ability. Install the M203 grenade launcher together with some modules on different weapons. So we might see a couple more of these being thrown around. In my personal opinion, I don't like it. I would much rather run a foregrip on my gun versus an M2, but that's just me. Fix the bug that made it impossible to give other players parcel to yoke at the frontier base. I'm not sure what that is. Changes that were made in session battles that was not covered last time is killing an enemy now only regains 65% of the max health and 25% of the max number of rounds in weapons magazine, but also removes negative effects, bleeding, burning, and stopping power. It also resets the overheating value to 0. That is all that is in this week's update. Like I said, I did want to make sure I cover these for you guys and get more of it out there. It's a short video, but it's there for you guys, so I got nothing else for you right now. With that being said, we have our video upload tomorrow, which is reviewing a new gun, or not a new gun, but reviewing a gun that I don't know how I feel about it. You guys will have to let me know how you feel about the video style. And then after that, it'll probably be, I'm going to throw up probably a Sunday or a Saturday upload in there as well, just because I have something big that I've been working on for a while when it comes to Stalcraft. So with that all being said, we will see you in the next one. Later.